Hi there, this is my channel. I'm Akutaverse. This is another video. This is a pretty let's play of Star Wars to Force Unleashed. Star Wars to Force Unleashed 1, actually, because I made a sequel to this. And as you can see, I put on a spare costume here, one of the better ones, nice glossy effects. Yeah, this is an interesting game, and I'm playing this level specifically for a reason. It's actually the best part of this game, or at least in my opinion, the nicest part. And the irony is this is like a DLC or an extended edition, the Jedi Temple level, which wasn't part of the original game. They kind of packaged it in collector's editions or Sith edition. Anyway, this game looks wonderful, plays wonderful, is terrible. Yeah, it's an interesting one. If you like Star Wars, like, well, most nerds, this was a bit of a bastardization of the story, set between the new prequel trilogy and the original trilogy of films. This follows the story of this guy, Starkiller, and he's meant to be Darth Vader's secret apprentice. And yeah, it really kind of messes with the canon a lot. Yeah, it's a pain. But to remedy that, we'll get into the most fun bit, which is where this game really shines, with pretty graphics, like the Coruscant skyline in the background, and killing stormtroopers. So, let's go! Hey! Yeah, like I said, this is the real strength of the game, the combat and gameplay, provided you don't die in the first few seconds. Yeah, there we go. Cool, we'll just dive straight in this time, kill it. Yeah, there's a bit of a story behind this one, because as you can see, it looks great, nice textures. Like, this game's about 6 years old, it still kind of holds up in the gameplay side of things. Wonderful gameplay, very dynamic, certainly the combat. The exploratory stuff's kind of average, but, well, what do you want? But the story behind this is that the team given this game to make, were told to make a Star Wars game that's bridge the gap between the new films, the prequel films, and the original trilogy. And so they went away and they came up with this story about a Wookiee. If you're not familiar with Star Wars, Chewbacca is the Wookiee. He's the big hairy one. Yeah, and Wookiees are very popular, kind of, not even just Star Wars, great sci-fi characters. Everyone likes them, they have fun with them. And the designer of this game made this story about like a kind of Robin Hood Wookiee, who would go around liberating his brothers who were all enslaved. Yeah, just generally it sounded like a really great game where you could run around and tear the arms of stormtroopers, fighting the Empire, and, you know, helping out the Resistance, but still being a bit rogue, a bit renegade, grappling things, like this guy just grappled me. But yeah, when it came time to pitch it, they had to go through George, and he hated it. He just said, nah, didn't like it, because there wasn't enough lightsabers in it. Oh, George. And it's kind of, in my eyes, the definitive proof that George should have been taken away from Star Wars a long time ago. No one's going to argue he made a wonderful thing, but maybe the time's gone, George. And I, for one, I don't know if Disney will do it justice, but I'm happy to see it in someone else's hands. You know, a change is as good as a holiday. George has needed a holiday for quite some time. Anyway, here's some nice use of the Force powers. Again, yeah, great gameplay. It's nice to play with the Force, but still doesn't really compensate for this kind of idea. You know, the Wookiee would have been much more fun. I'm not the only person who thinks that. I know people who just agree wholeheartedly. Like a game where you play as a kind of crazed Wookiee with like a bow, you know, his long bow with the lasers and tearing arms out stormtroopers' sockets, you know. And even then, you could have like a silent protagonist kind of thing where you like this Wookiee, but you know what he's on about all the time. Anyway, this is alright, but yeah, this plot's terrible in many ways. For instance, there's a kind of key scene in this where you meet young Princess Leia. Keep in mind that this exact point of the plot is based a year before the original film, yet Princess Leia looks about 14. Like, they took the body of a 14-year-old and just kind of superimposed Carrie Fisher's face on it, and it's terrifying. It's terrifying, and it really hurts the plot. Darth Vader's defeated at the end of this game. but they just let him live out of generosity. I don't know. For him to then immediately go on with the iconic opening of the original Star Wars film, where he's kidnaps Princess Leia out of, I don't know. You can't really follow the canon, can you? It's just painful. You know, it functions, but this story, you know, again, we're meant to believe that there's meant to be, what, 2 Jedi? There's meant to be Obi-Wan Kenobi and Yoda left, and then this story kind of makes it out to be that half the bleeding galaxy's Jedi. Well, regardless, this is fun. Killing stormtroopers, jumping around, deflect some bullets. Can we... Oop. Now, cool. Got a lightsaber, and there's a nice mechanic we can use the Force, drag things around, or just taser him. Oh. Anyway, so if you wanted a good hack 'em up, and after a budget game from 2008, Star Wars Force Unleashed 1. There we go, people. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm just gonna stay here, kill these guys. Be a bit of a Sith. Bye.